All right, welcome back. I kind of said that all that I wanted to say in the last one about what I was talking about, so we're moving on. And I need a 4x8. 4x8. It's like one of these ones, isn't it? Oh, I need two of them, so I need both of them. Then I gotta flip them upside down. Alright, so I don't need the rest of the tank. I loved it when they did this with the ship, where it was like, oh hey, you don't need the rest of the ship right now, and now you're building like this much of the back end of the ship, but you have like, I can't even show it on camera. Like you have like 2 feet of it, and now you're building a foot of it, so you're just putting the 1 foot off to the side. So I need 2 of these. I kind of wish I did have some like low. Does this have like lo-fi beats that I could put or something, so I could have some kind of background noise? Oh, you know what? What I could do is I could. Yeah, my tablet isn't even on display. I don't want to put on because the thing I was going to listen to was a dude talking, and I've heard it before, but I don't want to put on somebody talking and then it be all like if they're talking, even though I've heard it before, it's going to be more distracting than if I was just listening to, like, I don't know, music. But I also don't want like, so I'm trying to like get this to work, and I have like 8 things trying to display on my screen at once, and it's, why is there not a shuffle button? I would like my shuffle button. There it is. I just want like some kind of background noise. That way I have something to listen to in the background while I'm doing this. It'll probably distract me from doing things. I should probably play something instrumental, but oh well. I don't just want to sit here in silence. When I build these, I'm normally listening to something. In fact, even if I'm playing games by myself, if it's not something where I critically need the audio, I'll be listening to something. Like, I have a train game. Actually, I have like 2 train games. One of them I do kind of need to listen to the audio, though. For like enemies and other things. The other one I don't. Like, I have Farm Sim 2. Like, I'm not going to listen to tractors driving around for like 4 hours if I'm playing by myself. If anything, I'll just listen to like other stuff, because then, you know, if it's non-critical audio where I don't necessarily need to listen to it, like, I do like ambience, but at the same time, sometimes it's like, cool, I'm just going to listen to something else. Because I can listen to like a dude talk about history and oh, okay, we're doing, yeah. I'd rather listen to like somebody talk about history if I don't need to listen to the audio. If it's like a role-playing game or something, where like there's dialogue and there's other stuff that's like story relevant, or like, you know, sounds of combat that might lead me to be attacked and be injured and have a problem. Like where I need to know what's going on because it's like relevant information, that's one thing. If I'm playing something like, oh, I'm running trains back and forth for like, if I'm running like trains back and forth for like 4 hours, that's a lot different. It's like, cool, I mean, I like the train noises, but at the same time, I don't need to listen to train noises. Plus, like, the one is, it's not it's not that it's boring, it's that I have AI running the, like, 2 or 3 of the trains, and then I'm running the other trains. Other train, I should say, because there's only one other one. Where is this other piece? Why were you in separate bins? You're different pieces. Crap, what do I need? I need that one. However, I do need these. Okay, let me focus on one of these first. Let me focus here for a minute. Let me figure this out. Okay. Dude, where is the piece? I need a slopey boy that I don't have. No, because that's one piece. Found it. I know I was saying something. I had to get real into looking for this piece, so I don't remember what it was. So I might just go quiet and enjoy this music for a minute until I figure out something else to say. I need 2 of these. Why did I grab one? Oh, something about trains. But yeah, I normally have, like, the AI running a couple of my trains, and then I'm running the other train. So, right? Yeah, one of these. So, oh. So, like, well, the thing is that I want to make as much money as possible per day, which I guess that now I'm making good money on the game, I don't have to do. The passenger line is what I have the AI run, and the passenger line is, like, what's making a lot of money. Like, not a lot, but it makes a lot over the course of the day. And so like I said, like, they're not making a lot per person, but, like, they're making a lot of money in general. 3x4. So usually I'm having them do that, and I'm running the freight train. The problem is that, I mean, there's like 2 or 3 freight trains that I might have to run depending, but the problem is I might, like, I might be able to get all of my freight done by, let's say, so the game runs in like actual time, but I might be done by like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning with all my freight. And then, like, sorry, I'm yawning. So I might be done with all of the stuff that I'm doing, which is the freight, way before they are. So I'll just sit there and be like, cool, I'm going to chill and listen to this stuff while I'm waiting and watching and making sure things are doing things right. And I could probably play this song since this is a sea shanty. But it is technically done by a group of people, so I could probably get in trouble still. So I'm not going to. My personality is very confusing. Okay, what am I doing with this? I need 2, 2, and 4. So I don't need that. Ah, they're in here. Okay, so there's those. I could probably sing this shanty since it's not playing like the music that the actual people are doing, and since they didn't write it. They didn't write the original song. They sang and performed it, but they didn't write it. Which is funny because this is going to give it away. It's Drunken Sailor, though. I asked my dad once about it because he was in the Navy for like 20 years. And he was on like aircraft carriers for like a long time. He was on a lot of them. Well, okay, he was on 4 separate carriers, I think. 4 or 3. Yeah, 4. He was on the Nimitz. No, sorry. Wait. He was on the Saratoga, which was the last conventional aircraft carrier. He was on the Saratoga, the Eisenhower, the Enterprise, and I can't remember the 4th one. He has like, they're like yearbooks, but they're for being on a carrier, so it's basically the same thing. It's a book with all the people and pictures. He's got 3 of them. He apparently never got the 4th one, but he was on 4 carriers. But I can never remember the 4th one because I always forget that he even had, that he was on a 4th one. What the heck was I looking for? 2 of those. What in goodness gracious is playing right now? Good song, gonna skip it. We'll leave this one. Okay, that's all the pieces I need. So this must be like the top. It does disappoint me that they don't have actual hatches where this hatch is. Because on the German one, they have hatches like over where the driver sits, in the turret. I guess that there aren't hatches for like the rest of it, but I think maybe in the German Tiger, the crew, when they sat in the turret, was entirely in the turret and not down in the body of the tank. I'm not actually sure about that. I just had to look around to see what the heck that ping was, because I didn't know if it was my... Why'd I grab 4? I didn't need 4 of these. Why did I grab 4 of these? So now I turn it upside down. So 2 upside down 6s. Come here, you little turtle. I don't remember if I've sworn in this stream. Probably have a couple times. I mean, this isn't something that really requires swearing, so I shouldn't be, but I mean, it's how I talk. It's how I've talked since high school. Sometimes I don't. Depends. Oh, that's not the piece I want. It's just kind of how I've... Everyone I know always swears. I mean, if I'm at like a job and they don't like swearing, or if like I'm in front of customers, then no, I don't swear. Unless the customer swears. Then it's like, cool, I know that you don't care then. What? See, this is not going to hold up together well until I get the rest of it done. 2 4s and then these doodads. See, these are weird. It's going to be hard to show, but like, I got to put them like on my hand, so it's still hard to tell. So it's like a flat on top, but if you look here, okay, you can kind of see. Apparently my camera is not very good. You can... I need like a pen. I have a pen. Where is it? We'll use the knife. So if you look, yes, I know this is going to sketch you out. So if you look, this is continuous. This is this and this. But there's a gap here. But it's weird. That's it. Yes, I know. Some people are going to freak out because I have a knife. Some people are going to think that I'm going to stab myself. No, I'm not. I know how knives work. If you know the safety of knives, then they're not as dangerous. Well, you can still stab yourself and you can still hurt yourself. Oh, trust me, I know. That mark right there, I was cutting something. I was trying to cut a jug in half with that knife, ironically enough. And I cut, and it, like, skinned my thumb. Trust me. I know that knives are dangerous. And that was when that was dull, which is why I was having trouble cutting it. Fun fact, children. You might think, oh, well, sharp knives are dangerous. Actually, I've worked in several restaurants, and a dull knife is a dangerous knife because you have to use more pressure and more effort to use a dull knife than a sharp knife. A sharp knife will cut like butter through most things. Like if you're cutting tomatoes. Then it depends on if the tomatoes are like fresh or not, because if they're squishy, we used to get tomatoes that were squishy, so they'll just squish the tomato before it starts to cut. But if the knives are sharp, they will glide through it more than you just having to push. Also, chef knives are designed the way they are for a very specific reason. It's because when you cut, you're not... I have a knife. So when you cut, you're not cutting straight. You're cutting like this. So because it has this curve in it, like a chef's knife, you roll. That's how you do it. Again, this is going to make people nervous. It's my knife. I've used it for a long time. I know how it works. I've played with knives for a long time. I work on my own cars. I've bashed my fingers and things. I'm no stranger to, hurting myself doing something dumb, right? It's not a big deal. Injuring yourself on accident is a part of life. Hang on a minute. Hey? This feels like I have too much of this thing done already. I guess I'm not halfway through yet. Two twos, two threes. No, shut up. No, shut up. Call from who? No idea. Yes, I know, that's annoying. I'm not going to get up and pick it up or change it. Our old phone broke mostly because sometimes I'd be on the phone with a certain person, they'd make me angry enough, and then I would throw the phone. So I broke one of the cordless phones, and I broke the other one. I think that time I actually broke the cabinet door. I don't remember. And then both of the cordless phones were broken. The thing was, it was a Radio Shack phone. I mean, this was like a year ago that I replaced them. And I was like, screw it, I'll just go buy a new phone. I don't care. So I went out, I bought a phone. I just wanted something basic that did whatever, and this is what I got. And it has, like, I think there's only one phone. It's a wireless phone. The other one had three, and it had two bases. It had a plug-in base. It had the base that actually had the answering machine, and then it had three phones. This one, I think, has one phone. Maybe it has two, but it only has one base. And I didn't know this at the time. It's supposed to have, like, an automatic, like, it'll tell you if it's a spam caller. The other ones had caller ID. They didn't do that. Also, they were like 15 or 20 years old. They were at least 15 years old. I've been out of school for 15 years, and they were here for... Okay, those phones were probably like 20 years old. And my dad had replaced the batteries before. But anyway, so this one it has that, and I didn't know it at the time, but it does that, where it'll read like the caller ID. It also, if the battery is low, it'll beep, and it'll say like, hey, battery low. What was I grabbing? Two threes, two twos. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of nice. It's just annoying when it rings, and then it's like, cool, now I gotta listen to that. And yes, I have a home phone. Even when I'm by myself, I'm gonna have a home phone. Well, if I have kids, I'm gonna have a home phone. Because, number one, unless they're old enough that they're gonna be places that I don't know, like, let's say, your kids are 15 and at their friend's house. But maybe their friend picked them up, or whatever. If I'm the one driving them around places, and I'm the only form of transportation they have, or, like, the parent of the other kid isn't transporting them, where they would contact me, they don't need a phone. But if I'm the only way that they're getting places, if me or the other parent are the only way they're getting places, then they don't need a phone. Once they're at the point where they're like, maybe I'm going to walk home, maybe I'm going to walk to a friend's, maybe I'm going to have my friend pick me up from school, then yeah, they can have a phone. Because then it's like, cool, I might not know where you are. And maybe they won't have a home phone. So cool, that makes sense. I need a 4 and a 3x4. I'm not paying that much attention because I'm paying attention to other things. So yeah, it's like... Plus, having a home phone is nice. What if your cell phone is out of reach and you have an emergency? Well, what if your cell phone's out of reach and you have an emergency? Well, what if your home phone's out of reach and you have an emergency? Cool, at least there's a secondary phone. What do you need a home phone in this day and age for? Because they also have bigger buttons. And they have, what if I hurt myself to the point where I have blood on my hands, right? What if let's say I was chopping vegetables and I sliced my hand, and now my hands are bleeding, and I can't use my touchscreen phone because there's blood, so it's making the touchscreen not work. Well, at least then I can use the home phone. And I wouldn't even have a home phone like that. I'd probably have a corded, plug-in, basic... I'd probably have a cordless, but I'd also have, like, a corded. I don't know. I like old school technology. I'm old at heart. I don't know. I'm old school with some things, not everything. Yes. What do you watch this guy stream for? Well, he started doing these Lego builds, and then he just sits there and rambles. And since he's not like playing a game, he's not talking about the game. He's just rambling about random nonsense. I mean, when I'm with my one buddy, yes, I do ramble about random nonsense. Because the two of us will just talk about random nonsense. Where are these other pieces? There they are. But there's nothing to keep me on track with this. So I can just random. Plus, he's not here to keep me on track or to talk to me about things or change subjects or bring up subjects. So it's just me unhinged rambling the entire time, which is why I feel like I should start a podcast of just me rambling. Be kind of fun. I had a buddy that I wanted to start one with. At one point, I wanted to start a. I'm trying to adjust hair and things. The hairband that is broken because apparently my head is too big for it and it broke the one side off of it. Crow, can you not break everything in sight? I don't understand how small dogs are so destructive. He's not even that small. He's not like a chihuahua or anything. He's like 30, 35 pounds. So, like, he's not a big dog. He's not like a lab or anything. He looks like a lab. Everyone thinks he's a 6-month-old lab puppy, is what they think he is. Or actually, maybe younger, because I think 6-month-olds are more than 30 pounds at that point. But yeah, he looks like a lab puppy. Every time I walk him down the street in the nearby town, which is like a Hallmark town, it's called East Aurora. Look it up. It was literally in a Hallmark movie once, but it's like a Hallmark town. I will literally have like girls stop me on the street. Not even girls my age. Even like years ago when this stuff would happen. Like it still does, but like years and years ago when they did a lot more. They're at my age, so it's not like, oh, you can pick up chicks now. They would literally ask me if they could take him home. Because they would be like, oh my god, he's so cute. Like, yes, he's cute. He's also mine. He's also a spaz and a weirdo. He's almost like a cryptid, but he's kind of a... He's got some weird quirks. He's a weird dog. He is strange. But he is my strange. So, I love him. He is my child. I do not have children, though. One of my buddies, he's going to know that I'm talking about him, but I'm not going to say his name. He's going to be probably annoyed that I'm still talking about him, but no one's going to know who I'm talking about. And he will, but that's okay. So he asked me the one day, because I had a very good friend pass away last year, which is why I said when Snapchat asks me about February of last year, it was very bad. Actually, yeah, it was last year. I wanted to make sure because I'm like, wait, it's been a year, right? Like, I know it's been a year, but has it been... Was last year the year before? No, it was last year. I won't go into detail about that. Maybe I will one day, but not right now. So... he happened to meet... Because it was all my... This song is not vibing. Sure. My brain is like scattered between music building and trying to talk to you guys. So this is not ADHD, not great when you have multiple distractions at once. Either way. So I lost my train of thought for a second, and I'm like, no, I didn't lose my train of thought. I just forgot where I was. It's fine. Nope. Then I lost it. Damn it. The way I would describe my train of thought, I'll get back to the topic at hand in a moment, but the way I would describe my train of thought, I heard somebody say, I don't have a train of thought. I have several trains of thought on different tracks, and some of them are going in opposite directions. And some of them, so I think the way they worded it was, I have multiple trains of thought on 2 different tracks, and several of them are going in opposite directions. So some of them are going to collide. Which is very true for me. So, that doesn't work, does it? Oh yeah, it does. Never mind. Dude, some of these heights are like weird because you end up using like a half or like a flat, and then you use a full. So like you've got this where it's like this height is different. But yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, so he happened to meet a bunch of like this person who had passed away's friends. He was like my best friend. Not like he was like a brother. So I don't want hair caught in this. So he had passed away, and this friend that I met online who had played with a lot came up. And obviously all of this friends, well, it wasn't even all of his friends. It was like people who knew him from high school who like maybe had talked to him since, but also at the same time people who like had known him well back then. I mean, it's been 15 years since we've been in high school, so it's been it's been like 12 years since we were in high school. I met him like 15 years ago. But it's been a while since like they've heard from him. Some of them, like for the most part, they haven't spoken to him. Some of them have, some of them haven't. Oh no, it's low on battery. It's fine. But he hadn't met any of these people because he wasn't part of the friend group back then. Like he didn't know any of us. And so we were talking, and I think this was actually later after the services. I think this was like a few months later when I mentioned something. But we were chatting, and the one girl has kids. One of my exes. And he was like, wait. Because I was basically starting, I was like, wait a minute. Do you realize that I could have... Are these the right pieces? These don't look big enough to fit in here. Or these look too big. Oh, never mind, they do. And he's like, wait a minute. So I was like, dude, I just realized I'm old enough that I could have had... Because I think I graduated high school. I think I was... Yeah, I was 18, but it was 2013. This was like a year ago. Not even a year ago. Earlier this year, I believe. Maybe in like January. Anyway, so he was basically like, I said, dude, I just realized I could have like a 10-year-old kid. I'm old enough to have a 10-year-old kid. And it was wild. And then he's like, wait, so-and-so has kids, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, none of them are yours, right? I'm like, no. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how can you be sure? Well, you see, when I was dating her, when she left me, where are these going? Do I have like a piece missing? I feel like I have a piece missing. I feel like I should have pieces that aren't there. But he's like, oh, well, are you sure that they're not yours? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, how can you be positive? See, I'm not seeing any pieces that would make it. No, the piece that's supposed to be there is there. Okay. But it looks like it's supposed to be raised higher. It's not, according to the rest of the picture. It's not. Anyway, so he was like, oh, well, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. It's like, well, how can you be sure? Well, we broke up like 10 years ago, dude. Like if they were my kids, they'd be like 10 and they're like 2 and 3. I don't know how this is supposed to work. I have this on the right end, right? Yeah. I seem to think that something is wrong here. Like, these are supposed to be... The way that this is supposed to attach would not work. See, those are raised higher than they are on here. You know what I bet I did? I'm going to go back and double check, because otherwise I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to end up trying to look this up, and then I'm going to end up... I'm going to put the actual piece where I am, so I don't lose it. Okay, so this is on top. Technically, I put it on upside down. In reality, what I did was I had this God, it's hard to see things. This flat piece I meant to put on this side, not this side. So I can just flip it upside down, but in my brain, that's not how it technically works, but I'm not going to redo the whole thing to do what I can do upside down, so. But I was like, dude, this doesn't work, because, like, this isn't how this sits. We're just going to skip that. Oh, look at that! Now this would work. Now this would make perfect sense. It's almost like people who design these things know what they're doing. They do have a Lego ideas section. And I kind of want to suggest something. Because they have a bunch of things that I actually want. But there's something that I think would be really cool. And it's... They have a couple of trains. But I want to suggest the UP Big Boy. The Union Pacific Big Boy. Which I think would be really cool. It's a very big locomotive. It was like one of the biggest and most powerful steam engines ever built. So I need 2 of these. And then I need... See, when you also can just look at all the pieces that you have left, and there's not a whole lot of extras, like there's pretty much none, and you can be like, huh, well there's no other pieces that would have raised this higher, which means there's something else that's incorrect. You kind of figure it out. Hey, here's that weird piece that I mentioned earlier in the beginning. The funny thing is, I've been wearing headphones this whole time, but I've only actually been having anything play through them for like the last, I don't know, maybe half of this stream specifically. I do need to go get the charger. Oh, I don't even need to get the charger. It's already plugged in. That's the nice thing about spending so much time at my computer and like doing certain things at it. Like most of the time, my tablet charger is at my computer. My phone charger is usually not, because I use that for other stuff. Because I had 2, and one of them kind of went. So now I'm using that one. Oh, I'm finally using this ring thing. I'm almost out of bag number 1, guys. Out of 4 or 5. So it's like 10:30. So technically I would have to leave now if his plane was on time, which it's apparently not. Oh, this is the front. I know, because I know what this is. Oh, no, this is the back. Never mind. I still know what it is. I just was mistaken. I'm going to text him real quick. He should be at the airport waiting, but I want to text him and make sure that it's not like, oh, my plane was delayed till 10:30, but like I'm gonna go check. Hang on. I'm gonna text him real quick. I don't wanna end up not leaving when I'm supposed to leave to pick him up, and then it turn out that like, oh hey, you were supposed to leave. So you haven't even left yet? And it's a 6-hour flight, right? So I have at minimum like 6 hours. so you were delayed in that plant and not in LA. Okay, I thought you meant that you hadn't even left LA. Well, you could watch the stream. I'm pretty sure you popped in once or twice, but it's not like you have anything better to do. Well, I guess you'd have to wait until you get to the air, and then you could, if you have Wi-Fi. But okay, so evidently, excuse me. I'm trying to figure out where to put my phone. Over there, I guess. All right. Had to message him. Had to run to the bathroom. So yeah. Apparently he's not stuck where I thought he was. He is stuck halfway between, but they're figuring it out. So probably about an hour and a half, and then he'll be up, and then I gotta go. Should probably shower first, but showered yesterday. It's fine. I'm only going to pick him up, so it's not like we're going anywhere. Well, we might go out to like get lunch, but so I need those two doodads and these two doodads. See, again, it's so nice when you get to like the end of a bag because there's only like I still have my 8 compartment thing, but there's like 4 pieces maybe in 3 of them. So it's not hard to find the pieces I need. I'm going to try to do this as specifically as possible with this end up, not the other end up. Doesn't matter, but... Okay, so I need 2 of those. And then on the other side, I'm doing these doodads. Why? How do I even attach these? I guess by the other thing. I still have that one dude calling me a commie, and that was freaking funny. Did I put those on right? No, of course I didn't. Guys. I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention like 8 different things, just not what I need to be paying attention to. I'm really glad that I don't have the camera like on my face, and I'm glad that I can have it like display what I actually need to display. Because like sometimes I'm lip singing, so I don't want to. But yeah, it's like